Hello my visual effects friends. In this demonstration what I'm going to show you is how to create a 3D texture in Maya and edit it in Photoshop to have it reapply back in Maya. So let's jump right into it. Going up to our modeling tab, we're going to change this over to rendering, and you'll see that your menus change across the top. I'm going to go to texturing, 3D paint tool, and I'll click on the little box right there. What this does is gives me the option to be able to paint on this cube right here. If I try to paint on it right now, it's not going to allow me. So if I click on the paint tool, it's not going to allow me to do that. So to apply the texture, I need to go down to Assign, Edit Textures. I can change the size of the X and the Y to 1024 by 1024. Change the image type to JPEG and assign Edit Texture. What that will do is change your object's texture a little bit darker, and then playing around with the drawing tools, I can actually start painting on top of this. I can change and paint right in here. I can change colors. I can do some pretty cool things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paint on each side so you can see what it looks like in Photoshop when I bring it in. Before I can save textures, what I need to do is go to File, Save Scene. Make sure I save the scene into my project folder, and I'm going to save this as box texture. Once I've got box texture saved, now I can go down to Save Textures and it will save my texture. If you go into your project folder under Source Images, 3D Paint Textures, and open that up, you'll find the box textures and then a JPEG of the box texture. If I go into Photoshop and I go to Source Images, 3D Paint Textures, Box Textures, and grab that JPEG, I can now edit that JPEG in Photoshop. So I can go in here and add text. Make sure that it is in the T of that box. You can see the faces here and how it folds together. I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to put it down a little bit. I'm going to go to File, Save As. I'm going to save over the top of that as a JPEG. I'm going to get rid of the copy part. It's going to ask me if I want to replace it. I click Replace. I select OK. Now if I go to Maya, go to Focus, find my Lambier 1, go to Color, click on the file, and reload, you will now see your text or whatever changes you made appear. Have fun playing around with the 3D texture and painting and taking it into Photoshop and editing it. Make sure that you save over the original, or if you want to save it as a copy, you can always come in here, edit, and choose that copy as part of the texture that you want to apply. That way you can keep track of each one of the edits that you made. A lot of great things you can do with 3D painting. Have fun with it. I can't wait to see what you create.